Hello, baby, how are you?
Hello, Facebook. How are you?
I am
So this is Serena Kasegi, and Serena is the speaker who can't speak and the writer who can't read. So I'm Jamila Doolin, and I'm Serena's friend now. And I just kind of help him bring his words to life a little bit, just basically some translation for him.
My goal is to motivate and
Right. So Serena's whole job is to motivate, it's to inspire, and it's to help you achieve your goals.
So, for the last word, I'm really thinking I read about
Habits?
Yes.
So like for the last 6 months, Serena has been thinking about, writing about, learning about, reading about, just basically exploring habits.
And I know if you want me, you have to do me.
Right? So what Serena said was this: look, if you want an amazing life, you have to have amazing habits and you have to have amazing routines.
I agree with that statement. What I do.
Well, yeah, you agree with it. You said it.
Yes. But why is it hard to develop habits?
Yeah, so the next thing is like this. Why? Because we all know that if we want to do well, we need to have good habits and we need to have good routines. So with that being the case, why is it so hard? Why do we have so much trouble getting good habits and good routines?
Oh, I was reading the paper.
You were reading the paper?
I went to the
You want me to do you a favor?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you want everybody out there to do you. Okay, what's the favor? So here's what Serena's asking you to do. Serena's asking you to think of a goal.
I'm saying this habits that you know you're doing and that you're not doing.
And then think of the habits that you should be doing that you're not doing to help you get to that goal.
Look, people that have literally I don't know why they do.
People? Yeah, so often. Not every case, but we'll say most cases, people who want to lose weight know what they need to do. They know they need to exercise, they know they need to watch their diet, they know they need to get more rest, they know they need to have fewer cheat days.
In my business, I know exactly what I need to do. I know what I need to do. I know how hard to do that.
Right. So the other thing someone said was, look, in his business, he knows what he needs to do. In order to be successful, he knows the steps he needs to take. He knows the task he needs to perform. He knows what needs to be done.
But it's always reality.
But knowing what you need to do and doing it are two different things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's easy to know what you need to do. Most of us know what we need to do.
So I'm going to give you some reason why habits fail and what you can do to have a habit.
Right. So today we're going to talk about habits, obviously. And we're going to talk about, 1, why they fail, and 2, how we can get better habits.
Yeah.
So let's start from the beginning, right?
So why they fail is reasons.
All right. So Serena said, look, there's a few reasons why habits just, you're trying to get good habits and it just doesn't work. There's a few reasons why. So often, it's the people around you.
So you will say you're average of 5 million
Right. So according to Jim Rohn, you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most.
That
That would be average weight, average income, average personality, your attitude. Average diet. So just average, and think about the people you hang around with, and you'll probably find that you guys are all very similar in that.
Yeah. And average are contagious.
And yeah, the habits are contagious.
So if half of they work on Friday, it would work.
So if half the people you know leave work early on Friday, or half the people you work with leave work early on Friday, guess what you're more than likely to do? Exactly. Leave work early on Friday. If the people you know and hang out with tend to go to the gym every Sunday, maybe even together, then you'll probably do it too.
If you go out to eat with somebody that every time you order dessert.
Right. If you go out to eat with someone who likes to order dessert and drinks, guess what you're probably going to do? You're probably going to order dessert and drink. Oh my gosh, Serena, that is so true. Because I know when I go by myself what I order, as opposed to when I go out with certain people what I order. Even the type of restaurant changes depending on who I'm with. It makes a difference. It really does.
Yeah.
What?
It's real. It's really tiny.
It's challenging when everybody orders burgers and you order a salad.
Yeah.
You know what's even more challenging? When they say, oh, you know what? We'll just get this to split with the table. And this is like a cheesecake flight or something. And you're like, I want to eat that. But and they're like, oh, it's so yummy. And you're like, Yeah, that's hard.
Second, yeah, having to really don't feel.
Yeah, that's true. So what Serena said was this. Negative habits, you feel that immediately. Like the payoff, what you're trying to get from that negative habit, you feel it like immediately, right? So if your negative habit is that you like to have your chocolate cheesecake every night before you go to bed, you taste that and you are immediately happy. The positive habits, however, you don't see the payoff so much. So that chocolate cheesecake, let's assume you're trying to lose weight, so you don't eat the chocolate cheesecake before you go to bed every night. You are going to lose that weight, but it's not going to happen instantaneously.
And if you're trying to eat that cake, you might even
yeah, if you don't eat the chocolate cheesecake, you might even feel hungry.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's not like chocolate cheesecake is nourishing.
Yeah, but you get that chocolate. You get the chocolate and the rest. Okay. Yeah.
Next is your narrative.
Can't get to it.
Right. So your narrative, that's like your self-story, can get in the way of your goals. So Ernest can explain how.
Yeah, for example, the speaker again.
Serena is the speaker who can't speak and the writer who can't write.
I still don't like what he was on camera.
Right? Even now, it's been a lot of years, Serena still does not like to watch himself on camera.
It doesn't include the guy.
That's what you think when you see yourself?
Yeah, but I do it
Right, so what Serena said was this: when he looks on camera and he sees himself, he's like, who is that guy? Who is that guy? Ugh, doesn't really like it. But you notice he's still here and he's still on camera and he's doing this. He does it every week because it's a habit that he has to continue.
Yeah. So if you want to save money and you thought the money you want, this would be.
Alright, so you said if you want to save money.
Yeah, and I can use it. Money is
Right, so let's say you want to save money. Or let's say is it save money or earn money?
both.
Right, so let's say you want to save money. My husband thinks saving money and earning money are the same thing. Which I guess he's right, but man, it's hard to live with that. If you're a spender, right? But anyways, aside, that's a different issue. So let's say you want to save or earn money, but your narrative tells you that money is the root of all evil. Now what?
You're gonna go.
Then you're going to have trouble.
Yeah. Or if you were told that you were
If you were told that, if you for some reason don't believe you're that smart, if you were told you weren't smart, right? Then
you're gonna have trouble again.
Right, then now you'll probably have some trouble excelling just because that's the narrative that plays in your head.
I want to get scientific.
You're going to get scientific?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll probably just translate because science isn't my thing.
Yeah. I read a book called The Power of Habit. I read a book called The Power of Habit.
But what kind of habit?
Power of Habit.
So Serena read a book called The Power of Habit.
I read it.
You read it, you reread it.
Yeah.
So you read it more than once.
Yes.
All right, and the book is, again, The Power of Habit.
Yeah, right, sorry.
By Charles Dewitt.
Yeah.
And in case you guys don't know, he's amazing. He's won all kind of awards. He's highly respected.
Yeah. So, he talked about a habit loop.
And he talks about the habit loop.
And when you something to it, habit.
All right, so when you have the habit loop, what?
Something to it.
There's something that triggers the habit.
And the other routine.
There's like a routine to it, and that triggers the habit. Oh my goodness, can I tell you? I had that. And I keep going. Everybody has it.
So that's something common.
All right, let's do something common.
Your cell phone goes off.
Your cell phone goes off. What do you do?
That's huge something.
And that's then your cue to do something. You know what mine was?
What?
You're going to love this. So I had this horrible habit of eating candy, particularly Red Hots, those little red cinnamon candies. Loved them, Serena. It was horrible the amount of them I would eat. Anyhow, every time I went to a particular gas station, that gas station had the Red Hots. So even if I didn't want the Red Hots, if I got gas, I associated getting gas with getting Red Hots. So, that was my habit. Getting
the candy,
eating the candy was my reward for getting gas. So you know what I ended up doing to stop the break? Because I had to break the habit. Exactly. Went to change the routine and just couldn't go back to that gas station for years. When you
you might oh my goodness, yeah, okay.
Right, so another one's cell phone. You hear your cell phone go ding, or whatever yours happens to do.
You text.
You immediately check it. It's a text, it's an email, whatever, right?
Yeah, whatever. And that routine and your reward is, you reward him anything.
Right, so that's the routine, and then the reward is probably whatever you answer, the text or the email.
Okay, if I love my calling,
If you have a loved one calling you,
or is it gossip, or is it faithful, like,
alright, so you said, if you have a loved one calling you,
or someone with you on Facebook,
or someone messages you on Facebook,
what is you're excited?
and what,
Thank you.
and then what excites you?
I know myself way off. I can't relax.
Right, so Serena said, look, this is how it works for him. When his cell phone goes off, he can't relax until he checks it. That's how it is.
Someone is it good news? Is it good news?
Is it good news?
Yeah.
Just, it's always there. It's always making you wonder, like, what is this? So that's your habit loop.
One time, what do you morning?
At what time in the morning?
4:30 in the morning.
4:30 a.m.?
Yeah.
No reason for that to happen.
Okay, so I decided to go back to sleep.
Yeah. And then it went off again?
No, I can't go back to sleep.
And then you couldn't go back to sleep?
Until I checked it.
Until you checked it. Oh, that would make me mad.
Yeah. And we have other habits that way.
I'm sorry, what now?
I think it's what habits.
We have habits like that all day long.
Yeah. And
We do.
it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. That's how you drive home, right?
Yeah, we can do that. So a lot of habits, the physical of me.
So a lot of our habits, you said they originate in the basal ganglia of our brain,
Yeah, because of subconscious
which is our subconscious.
and get the brain wants to become more efficient.
So the brain wants to become more efficient.
Yeah, so
I like that brain.
need more energy to solve more complex.
Which then leaves more room and more energy to solve more complex problems.
Yeah, because if we think about everything,
So if we think about everything,
we'd be exhausted.
we would be. Can you imagine having to think about everything all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be exhausting. Like even just being a mom and when the kids were toddlers, just having to think for them and think for myself was exhausting. So can you imagine having to tell yourself every little thing you had to do? Just the thought.
Can you think about let me give you an example.
All right, example.
Freaking I have no experience on this,
Okay, you're going to talk about what you don't have any experience with,
but I watched it.
but you watched it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
You know you drive?
Oh, driving, yes. You drive?
I drive.
Yeah, you drive your chair.
And you said, how to think everything was doing.
Yes. Oh my goodness. You know, I have a soon-to-be permit person. 6 months, my kid will be getting his permit.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to talk through driving with him to kind of start getting him ready for this. It's exhausting.
I cannot imagine that go away.
And imagine if we had to do that every time, like, all right, put the car in park, put the car in reverse, put the car in drive, put the car here, look this way, look that way, flip up for the, right?
Nobody would drive.
You're right, nobody would drive.
So it's a good thing it's automatic.
Yeah, it is. It's a good thing that our body learns how to do it, and now your brain can kind of just do it without you thinking about it.
But the bad thing is, habits him.
Yeah, bad habits are the same.
So if you want, they want to develop as a challenge.
That's one reason why bad habits are so challenging. Yeah, I read somewhere that it takes like 6 weeks to break a bad habit. I think they're wrong. I think it takes longer. But it does take about 6 weeks to develop a good habit. Or to develop a habit.
But you know, I think that if you develop a habit for years, it's easy to go back.
You think if what now?
Easy to go back.
You need to go back?
Easy to go back.
Oh yeah. Back to my red hot example, I have to work, if I see them, I have to work very hard at making myself not eat them, which usually requires, do you want to spend money on that? Do you want to get your teeth messed up? Do you really like how they taste? I mean, it's just like this whole self-talk process.
I even had a college that was over 3 years. One day about my
Yeah, you had a colleague who was sober for 30 years?
I heard.
Oh, you heard of people who were sober for 30 years and then just one day fell off the wagon. Yeah.
I don't think you give it a back. I don't think you want to put out. Give it a back.
Yeah, depending on the habit. Yeah, especially like if it's something like an addiction type deal, because now it's not just psychological, it's physiological.
Yeah. And then it's basically right there, power. One way that you could have keystone habits.
All right, so what Serena just said was one way to have good habits is to have what he calls keystone habits. All right, so what is a keystone habit?
I got it from the book that I have again.
All right, so again, this is from Charles Duhigg, Power of Habit. Keystone habits, what are they?
So keystone habits, that's the term for what we're doing.
All right, so keystone habits are habits that set the tone for whatever it is you plan to do.
Like in the morning, if you are running about, you wake up.
So, for example, if in the morning you're running around from the time you wake up until just whenever, you're off and running.
And then your day in flux all day.
And then your day is
in flux all day long.
And then all day your day's in flex. Because you didn't
get ready and start to do it.
Because you didn't start your day right.
Yeah. It's really habits that set the tone for the rest of your habits.
So they're the habits that set the tone for the rest of the habits.
Like, I don't do any work until 12 in the morning. I don't do any work until 10 in the morning.
So Serena said that his keystone habit is that he doesn't work until 10 a.m.
I read books of the workers. Alright. I read to the serious.
So he reads books. What do?
Kids.
Plays with his kids.
I'm a college that day.
And you think about what you want to accomplish that day. And then so that sets the tone.
Yeah. I really put one down. Go. Make your bed.
Yeah, so Serena read a book called, and you guys have probably heard about it. It's called Make Your Bed. It's by a
General.
Yeah, by a general, exactly.
The reason why I wrote it because you're accomplished.
Yeah.
You're accomplished. I'm just wondering about that.
Exactly. The concept is awesome. So it's called Make Your Bed. And the idea is you get up in the morning and you make your bed. Why is that important? Because if you don't do anything else, at least you know you've accomplished one thing that day. As soon as you get up, you've accomplished something. It's setting the tone for what your day is about, which is accomplishing things.
Some other things, the moment that I success.
Right, so much of success, Serena said, is about generating momentum. And the idea of get up, make your bed, you're already starting that momentum of, I've done something.
Yeah, because habits are contagious.
Right, because let's face it, habits are contagious.
That's why they're very hard to maintain.
And that's why they're so hard to maintain. Yeah, let's say you get up late.
And then you're rushing in the day. You're rushing in the morning.
And then what happens?
You're rushing in the morning.
Then you're rushing in the morning?
And then you snippy with your loved ones.
I'm sorry?
You get snippy with your loved ones. You're snippy.
Then you're snippy
with your loved ones.
With your loved ones because you've been rushing all day?
Yeah, and then you move late. And then you get snippy with coworkers.
And then you're snippy with your coworkers. You get to work late, you know. Yeah, right now you're a real joy. People are going to love you a lot.
And then you get home. And then you're frustrated.
And then you get home and you're frustrated.
And you still can't flip on the couch.
And
you still can't. If they go for a walk, you flip on the couch.
Right. And so then instead of, say, going for a walk and trying to calm yourself down, you decide to lay on the couch.
Yes. So it's contagious.
Yeah, it's contagious.
Yeah.
They kind of snowball, right? So I know that's what you're saying?
Yeah, but you can't, it works the other way around.
It works the other way too. So if you start off with something good, that snowballs as well.
Yeah, if you get early, you make it finish.
Yeah, if you get up early, you make your bed, you maybe do some stretches, take your time.
Yeah. But habits can be the most impediment to success.
Right. The bottom line is this: habits can be the most challenging impediment to success.
But if you have bad habits, you will be trouble.
But if you have positive habits, then you'll be unstoppable.
Yeah. But you
Right. So this is Serena Vasegi. I'm Jamila Doolin. And we want you to become even more amazing.
We'll
see you next week. You have an awesome, amazing day. And thank you.